My name is Mason Newark and I'm a product development specialist for AMVAC Chemical. And today I'm out here with Dr. Nathan Boyd, an extension weed scientist for the University of Florida. We're out here in beautiful sunny Florida at the Gulf Coast Research and Education Center. And today we're talking about one of AMVAC's products called KPAM. Now Nathan, what is KPAM?
KPAM is a soil fumigant. Active ingredient is metam potassium, and it's used to control a variety of pests.
Now, what kind of crops are we using KPAM on today?
It can be used on a variety of crops. Today we're in a tomato field, but it can also be used in cucurbits and strawberries, a whole range of crops grown here in Florida.
When do growers typically use this product? Is it something that they can use at the beginning of the season before they plant, or can they use it at the end, in between?
So KPAM is typically used either before you transplant your crops, as pre-transplant, used to control pests that occur in the bed, such as nematodes, weeds, soil-borne pathogens, and to make sure you kind of have a clean slate to start with. As you grow the crop over the season, pests can build up, so it's also used as crop termination, to end the crop at the end of the season, and also to control all the pests that have built up over the season that you grew the crop.
So it sounds like KPAM is a pretty versatile tool within a toolbox that growers can use. Does it depend on what depth they use this? If they're looking to target certain pests over others, what's the ideal target, say, for nematodes?
So the depth does vary with pests. Nematodes tend to occur deeper in the soil, so you want to apply the KPAM deeper in the soil profile to control where they're occurring.
We're out here at Dr. Boyd's research plots, and we're looking at a drip application of KPAM. And for this, we're targeting what looks to be some purple nutsedge. So Dr. Boyd, do you want to talk about what you're trying to accomplish out here?
KPAM can be used to terminate purple nutsedge as it emerges through the plastic. This can cause a serious problem for growers. It competes with the crop. It makes the plastic very difficult to remove. It also reduces the structural integrity of the crop. So it's really important to control purple nutsedge, and you can achieve that by injecting KPAM through, in this case we have a single drip tape. We typically would recommend a double drip tape so you get better coverage of the bed, and we would apply KPAM at the label rate, which is between 32 to 61 gallons per acre. In water, it's perfectly safe on the drip tape, and it's water soluble. Typical run times would be between 2.5 to 3 hours of water to inject the KPAM over that time period.
Nathan, that seems like a very long run time for typical drip application. When we're irrigating, typically we're running this about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So why do you need such a long run time in order to effectively chemigate or fumigate a bed?
There are several reasons. First off, you need that period of time to fill the system. So it takes some time for the KPAM to go from the source of injection all the way to the end of the field, which in some cases can be 900 feet long. So it takes some time to fill that. Then you have the time when the KPAM is being diluted with water and applied into the bed, and you need to apply enough water to carry the KPAM to the edges of the bed, as well as to make sure you fill the soil within the bed to make sure there's adequate KPAM to treat both what's on the surface but also a little bit deeper. At the end of the injection period, you also need to continue to run water to make sure that you push all of the KPAM out of the lines and out of the drip tape and into the soil so that you flush the entire system and all the KPAM is in the location where you need it to be.
So looking more closely at this plot of plastic, Nathan, I noticed there's a lot of nutsedge that is still alive on the shoulders. What's going on here? Did the fumigation not work, or did we not get enough coverage? Just kind of explain what's going on here.
When you only have one drip tape in the bed, Mason, was not enough coverage. It was unable to move all the way to the edges, so you end up having a section of soil on each side of the bed that wasn't treated. In order to minimize this effect, what we typically would recommend is putting in 2 drip tapes to get better distribution in the bed when you're applying it with water, and also ensure that you don't end up with these untreated areas on each side of the bed.
And one concern growers often have with KPAM is the cost. So what risks do growers invite if they're using a lower...
At a reduced rate, if it's inadequate, you can have less control and also less movement. So if you look at the bed behind you, Mason, you can see that bed compared to this bed. We have control right to the edges, as you pointed out. You can see there's no green. Those nutsedge are all, the growth has all been killed. And that's an example of a higher rate. And this is an example where inadequate flow and a lower rate. And you can see less kill on the edges, and even in the center a little bit more green.
So we're out here at a grower's field who is double cropping from strawberries into melons. Now Nathan, what are the benefits of terminating that first crop before you're planting that double crop into the same existing field?
There are a lot of benefits. You can see in this field, if you look down, you can see that there are some dead strawberry transplants where they've come in and terminated them. In certain fields, nematodes can really build up on the roots and in the roots of those plants, and crops like cantaloupes are really susceptible to those, and you can get a lot of crop damage. But if you come in with a product like KPAM, terminate the strawberries, kill those nematodes, then you can plant a second crop, be able to reuse the plastic, not have to reshape the beds. There's a lot of savings for the grower, and you're able to produce more than one crop on the same bed without a significant loss due to pest.